We've said it before, and we will continue to say it. We are at a point in this offseason where it's kind of getting interesting. Not quite yet, but there's still some things you can take a look at and have some appreciation for. And one player in specific that we have a lot of let's try that again. We have had a lot of appreciation for is Malcolm Koonce. Now, the former third-round pick out of Buffalo, we noticed him for the last couple of seasons. I would say we noticed him more in his junior year, and we'll get into more of that. But we just saw a player that could make an immediate impact on a football team when given a chance. And with the Las Vegas Raiders, he necessarily wasn't given that chance. I mean, you got guys like Max Crosby, Unique Ngakoue. Like, I get it. But I think there needs to be a little bit more of an effort to get this man more on the field, and we'll get to that more in a second. But I think if you just start by taking a look at this man's college career in Buffalo, once again, a former third-round pick, you see him in his freshman year, a sack, tackle for a loss. That's basically getting him in for a homecoming game and a couple of other games. Other than that, not playing much, understandable. Freshman, totally understand it. Then you see him in his sophomore year getting a lot more time on the field. Came away with 30 tackles that year, 4 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. Okay, getting a little bit of traction. Junior year, boom. Here comes he had 33 tackles there, 11 tackles for loss, 8 sacks. His best year in year in college, And honestly, you were just starting to see a guy that was putting it together. Then came back his senior year, played in 6 games. Get this. 30 tackles as a defensive end. In other words, 5 tackles a game, 6.5 sacks, or 6.5 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. Basically a sack a game. This man was putting it together. He's got the size you want at 6'2", 250, and he was creating a lot of excitement, and I think that's a big reason why the Raiders took him in the 3rd round, and I get it. And again, I understand the fact that there is a lot of apprehension about playing a younger player. You want to make sure that they're groomed right. You take enough time, make sure that you develop them in the right way. Just ease them into there. It's a whole different ball game from the college to the NFL. But listen, Malcolm Koonce is a bad man. We also have to, kind of preface this by saying, we had someone in the comment section that reminded us we were going to make a video about Malcolm Koonce once we got the chance, and here we are. So shout out to who you are. We forgot off the top of our heads, but thank you for the reminder, because Malcolm Koonce is a bad man. He's a bad man, absolutely. And I think at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of reason to believe that he could be a next major pass rusher in the NFL. I think, honestly, it would make the most sense to me to put him as an outside linebacker, have him come off the edge, play in pass coverage a little bit, because I feel like he can be a big difference maker on the football field. I think he needs more of a chance, and you'll see here this is only in a couple of games. Keep in mind, so we're no mathematician, but if you take a look at this man that played a grand total of 50 snaps, he had 2 sacks this year. Now, again, no mathematician, and I'm sure that's not necessarily going to be one of those, that's not going to be an every time thing. He's not going to get a sack every time he's on the field, but pretty close. This man deserves more snaps. He deserves more of an opportunity, and I think he's going to be a big reason. Once again, I think, if you're the Raiders right now, they have a couple of different needs, and we covered it before in past videos. You got KJ Red, who's aging out. You got Denzel Perryman, who just, he completely came back this year, and he rejuvenated his career. He really did. You got guys on the defensive line, once again, Unique Ngakoue, Max Crosby, Darius Philon, Jonathan Hankins, all those boys, but you need an edge presence. You need a guy that's going to come off the edge and just keep those tackles on their heels, because at the end of the day, you've got all these guys to block. If you have speed coming off the edge, it's hard to block. It is hard to get there, especially as an offensive tackle, when you're going against those guys that are a little bit shorter, but they're strong, they're fast, and they come off the edge with a vengeance. And that's exactly what Malcolm Koonce does. Now, again, I get it. Rookie, don't necessarily want to play him, a little apprehensive about something like that. And again, they've also got a lot of talent. So I get the not playing, but that needs to change in year 2 for Malcolm Koonce. I think he's going to be a stud. I'm thinking next year, there's no reason he should not at least start half the games, have 5 sacks, and be a major reason as to why this Raiders team continues to put pressure on the quarterback, because that's the kind of talented player he is in terms of just being able to create havoc every time he's on the football field. So it's very simple for the Raiders this upcoming season. Obviously, get some help at wide receiver, get some help along the offensive line. A corner would actually be very, very good as well. But they need to unleash. That needs to be one of the top priorities for the new coach and general manager. And also, by the way, I know it's kind of tough, like knowing what talent you have and like knowing what to expect from these kind of players that you didn't draft. But make no mistake, Malcolm Koonce has every ounce of thing that you, well, that didn't make sense. He has everything you want. He has absolutely everything you want in a defensive end or outside linebacker. Hybrid, 6'2", 250. He's got that speed for days. He can make plays. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but at the end of the day, I think the new general manager and head coach need to, if you want to put the best players on the field, it starts with a guy like Malcolm Koonce again, and we think he's earned it. And I think at the end of the day, if the Raiders are serious about turning the page and going and getting past that hump as a franchise, it's continuing to develop guys like Malcolm Koonce and getting them on the field. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We will love every single one of you. Check out our website at thesportsbreedpodcast.com. Also, in the description down below, you'll find all of our social media platforms, so give us a like and a follow there. You will also find in the description down below our link to our iTunes, so give us a listen and sub. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about the Las Vegas Raiders needing to unleash Malcolm Koonce.